All right, let's look at contribution margin. And before you, we see a lovely chocolate chip cookie. So let's think about chocolate chip cookie manufacturing. Most of the cost of the production of that cookie is the variable costs, right? The ingredients. So let's think about cookies for a moment. What kinds of ingredients might we be talking about? Well, there's sugar and eggs and butter and flour and chips, among other things. And let's just say, for argument's sake, every cookie costs us 32 cents to make. If we sell each cookie for 50 cents, how much does each sale contribute to profit? And that's really the idea behind contribution margin. All right, so the contribution margin is equal to the selling price per unit minus the variable cost per unit. Right, so you've got to spend that 32 cents per cookie to just even have the cookie. So if we sell it for 50 cents and it costs us 32 cents just in the ingredients and the variable costs alone, that leaves us 18 cents that we've generated in sort of a preliminary profit, or this contribution margin amount that can go to start covering our fixed costs. And once the fixed costs are covered, each extra cookie sold adds 18 cents to profit. So this idea of contribution margin is incredibly important to firms as they're trying to figure out how profitable they're going to be during their manufacturing and selling process. And sometimes analysts prefer not to look at it on a per unit basis, but they prefer to look at contribution margin in a ratio format. And in that case, the contribution margin ratio is equal to the contribution margin per unit over the selling price per unit. And in this problem, it would be 18 cents over the 50 cents, which is 36%. And the interpretation for that would be that 36% of every sales dollar is going to be left over to start covering our fixed costs. So the contribution margin for each dollar of sales is 36%. In this calculation, we looked at it on a per unit basis. If you took total contribution margin and divided by total sales, you'd still get 36%. So it can be done in total or on a per unit basis. And again, it's just a measure of how much each unit sales or each dollar of sales is contributing towards having money enough to pay for those fixed costs. Because once those fixed costs are covered, then each additional dollar or unit of sales is going to start contributing to the bottom line.